Welcome to the chilling world of Denmark's most haunted places. From eerie castles to restless spirits, these dark locations are steeped in mystery and untold stories. Join us as we explore the top 15 haunted spots in Denmark that will send shivers down your spine. 1. Dragsholm Castle, Odsherred. Perched in the windswept countryside of Odsherred, Dragsholm Castle stands as a chilling testament to centuries of mystery and torment. Its ancient walls have witnessed more than 800 years of history, yet it's the lingering spirits that capture the imagination of all who visit. Legend tells of 3 ghosts that haunt the castle: the Grey Lady, the White Lady, and the Earl of Bothwell. The Grey Lady, believed to be a former servant, roams the halls with a benevolent presence, often appearing as a faint, shadowy figure to startled guests. But the White Lady's tale is far more tragic. She was a noble woman, imprisoned and left to die by her own family for loving a man beneath her station. Her skeletal remains, unearthed during renovations, confirmed the horrifying truth of her fate. And then there's the Earl of Bothwell, the most feared of all. This Scottish nobleman, once a prisoner in the castle's dungeon, is said to unleash his rage upon unsuspecting visitors. Guests have reported hearing his agonized cries echoing from the depths below. The air grows cold, footsteps sound in empty corridors, and doors creak open without cause. Dragsholm Castle may offer luxury as a modern hotel, but its true allure lies in its dark, ghostly past, where the living and the dead coexist in an uneasy truce. 2nd Jægerspris Castle, Jægerspris. Nestled in the tranquil woods of Jægerspris, this majestic castle harbors secrets far darker than its serene surroundings suggest. Jægerspris Castle was once the cherished home of King Frederick VII and his beloved mistress, Countess Danner. Yet the love that once filled its grand halls is now overshadowed by chilling whispers of the supernatural. Visitors often speak of cold drafts that cut through the air without warning, and the unnerving sensation of being watched. It's said that the restless spirit of the Countess roams the corridors, her presence announced by faint, mournful sighs. Some claim to have seen her reflection in the antique mirrors, a pale and sorrowful figure, her gaze full of longing. In the dead of night, strange knocks echo through the castle, as though someone unseen is moving through the ancient walls. Even more unsettling are reports of King Frederick himself, a towering shadow spotted near his study. The atmosphere grows heavy in his presence, leaving guests with a profound sense of dread. Jægerspris Castle stands as a haunting reminder that love, loss, and the passage of time can leave a spectral mark that refuses to fade. 3rd, Aalborg Castle, Aalborg. In the heart of Aalborg lies a fortress steeped in darkness and despair, Aalborg Castle. Beneath its stately exterior lurks a dungeon that once echoed with the cries of the tortured and condemned. The walls seem to pulse with the energy of those who suffered here, their stories forever etched into the cold stone. Visitors who dare to enter the castle's lower levels often report hearing faint, agonizing moans rising from the depths. Shadows slither along the walls, defying logic, and the temperature plunges inexplicably. Some say they've seen fleeting glimpses of spectral prisoners, their hollow eyes pleading for release. Legend has it that a cruel warden once ruled the dungeon, his twisted spirit still lurking, ensuring the guilty, and perhaps the innocent, never escape. Brave souls who explore the dark corridors describe an oppressive presence that seems to follow them, breathing heavily down their necks. Aalborg Castle is a chilling reminder that some places never truly escape the weight of their gruesome past. 4. Kalø Castle Ruins, Runda. On a desolate peninsula overlooking the sea, the haunting remains of Kalø Castle whisper secrets of betrayal, imprisonment, and untimely death. These crumbling ruins, now overgrown with moss, hold the restless spirit of a nobleman who met his grim fate here centuries ago. Bound in chains, he was executed within the castle walls, his cries of agony said to have echoed across the cliffs. Today, Visitors to Kalø report an unsettling stillness that seems to envelop the ruins. On misty evenings, shadowy figures are seen wandering among the broken stones, and ghostly footsteps crunch on paths where no living soul walks. Some have even claimed to hear faint voices calling from the tower, their mournful tone rising above the sound of the waves. The air feels heavy, charged with a mysterious energy that grips the heart. Kalø Castle may be in ruins, but its dark legacy remains intact, drawing those who dare to uncover the spectral truth of its tragic past. 5. Rosenholm Castle. Hornslet. I den stille landsby Hornslet, Rosenholm Castle stiger op som en vision fra en anden tid. Sin skønhed skjuler en mørk og tragisk fortælling. For over 450 years, this grand estate has been home to one of Denmark's oldest noble families. But it is the ghost of Selina, a young woman betrayed by love, who haunts its halls. Selina was said to be locked away in the tower after a forbidden romance, left to perish in solitude. Her sorrow lingers within the castle walls, and her restless spirit is often felt by those who venture near. Guests recount hearing soft, mournful footsteps echoing through the empty corridors at night. Mirrors tremble without warning, and cold spots appear suddenly, as if she brushes past unseen. The grand ballroom, once a place of joy, now holds an eerie stillness, broken only by the faint sound of distant weeping. To wander Rosenholm Castle is to step into a timeless shadow where love and loss collide, leaving an imprint that refuses to fade. 6. Hindsgavl Castle, Middelfart. On the edge of the Little Belt, Hindsgavl Castle stands in stark contrast to its picturesque surroundings, a place of elegance tainted by a sinister past. Beneath its tranquil exterior lies an undercurrent of unease, a lingering presence that chills even the bravest visitors. Whispers of ghostly figures wandering the castle grounds have persisted for centuries. One of the most infamous tales is of a heartbroken maiden who drowned in the nearby waters. Her spectral form is said to appear on misty nights, her dress soaked and her sorrow palpable. Inside the castle, the atmosphere shifts. Lights flicker inexplicably, cold drafts sweep through locked rooms, and footsteps echo in deserted hallways. Guests have awoken to the sensation of unseen hands brushing against them, or the weight of something unseen pressing on the bed. Hindsgavl Castle is a place where beauty and darkness intertwine, where the echoes of the past are impossible to silence. Every shadow feels alive, every creak of the floorboards a reminder that the castle's secrets are never truly at rest. 7. Gjorslev Castle. Stevens. Hidden among the dense forests of Stevens, Gjorslev Castle stands as a silent witness to centuries of bloodshed and betrayal. Its towering walls have seen countless generations come and go, but the spirits of those wronged never left. The castle's most infamous haunt is the ghost of a spectral knight, said to guard the grounds in eternal vigil. Visitors often report seeing a shadowy figure, clad in armor, roaming the castle's perimeter. His footsteps echo in the night, growing louder until he vanishes without a trace. Those who wander too close to the castle's ancient gates feel a bone-chilling cold and a palpable sense of dread, as though the night is watching them, waiting for an intruder. Inside, the air is thick with tension, and eerie noises echo through the empty halls. Some have heard the soft clinking of chains, or the unmistakable sound of metal scraping against stone. Gjorslev Castle is a place where history lingers like a ghost, and its spectral protector ensures that the past is never truly forgotten. 8. Spøttrup Castle, Viborg. In the remote countryside of Viborg, Spøttrup Castle stands as a dark and looming relic of the past. This medieval fortress, one of the best preserved in Denmark, holds a chilling secret beneath its stone walls. For centuries, the castle has been a place of imprisonment, suffering, and death, and its ghosts never truly left. Visitors to Spøttrup often report feeling an oppressive energy as they walk through the castle's cold, shadowed corridors. Strange, unexplainable noises echo through the halls. Metal scraping, footsteps where no one walks, and whispers of lost souls who never escaped. The castle's dungeon, in particular, is said to hold a dark presence, with many claiming to hear the faint sounds of chains dragging across the floor. One legend speaks of a tormented spirit of a prisoner, whose anguished cries can still be heard on stormy nights. Spøttrup Castle is a place where history intertwines with the supernatural, and the ghosts of the past remain, restless and unrelenting. 9. Egeskov Castle, Funen. Egeskov Castle, a magnificent Renaissance masterpiece, hides more than just history within its walls. It holds the spirits of those who met untimely ends here. Surrounded by dark woods and a shimmering moat, the castle's beauty masks a deeper, more sinister energy. The most chilling legend is of the ghost of the builder himself, who vowed to protect his creation for eternity. His spectral figure is often seen near the castle's towering gates, a silent, shadowy presence watching over those who dare to explore. Visitors speak of feeling cold gusts of wind as they pass through the gates, as if the spirit himself is brushing against them. Inside the castle, there is a palpable tension. Footsteps echo in empty rooms, and strange noises are heard in the dead of night. Faint whispers, the sound of furniture being moved, and the unsettling feeling of being followed. Egeskov Castle is a place where the past refuses to stay buried, and the ghosts of its builders and inhabitants remain, guarding their secrets forever. 10th. Højriis Castle, Moors. Højriis Castle, perched on the edge of Moors Island, holds a dark history that haunts its every stone. Built in the 16th century, it once housed Denmark's nobility, but beneath its grand facade lies a legacy of betrayal, sorrow, and death. The most chilling tale is of a noblewoman who was mysteriously murdered within its walls. Her spirit, restless and vengeful, is said to wander the castle's shadowed halls. Visitors often feel an eerie coldness surrounding them, as if unseen hands are brushing against their skin. Strange noises, like the faint echo of footsteps or whispers in forgotten rooms, are common, and some have reported seeing a pale figure watching them from the windows. The castle's cellars, once used for imprisonment, are said to be the most haunted of all. The air grows thick with an oppressive feeling, and many have claimed to hear the distant clinking of chains or the muffled cries of the castle's past victims. Højriis Castle is a place where the past never fades, and the spirits of the wronged remain, forever bound to the walls they once inhabited. 11. Sønderborg Castle, Sønderborg. Sønderborg Castle, standing tall along the shores of the Little Belt, holds more than just the weight of history. It carries the burden of untold tragedies. This fortress, once home to Danish royalty, is shrouded in the dark whispers of its past. The most chilling legend is that of Queen Dorothea, whose spirit is said to haunt the castle in an eternal state of unrest. After her death, she was buried within the castle's walls, but her soul could never find peace. Her presence is often felt in the cold, damp air of the castle's chambers, and guests have reported seeing her shadowy figure gliding past windows or standing silently in the dark corners. As night falls, the castle seems to come alive with ghostly sounds. Soft, mournful weeping, the sound of footsteps echoing down empty corridors, and doors creaking open without explanation. Some even say they've heard her faint voice calling out in the dead of night, searching for something or someone she can never reach. Sønderborg Castle is a place where the past is never truly gone, and the restless spirits of those lost to time continue to haunt its halls. 12. Søbygård Manor, Ærø. In the isolated heart of Ærø Island stands Søbygård Manor, a grand estate steeped in darkness and spectral legends. This majestic manor, once a thriving home for Danish nobility, is now a place where the living are often disturbed by the restless souls of the past. One of the most enduring stories is of a lady in white who roams the manor's gardens at twilight. Her identity remains a mystery, but her sorrow is palpable, Some say she was a bride-to-be who tragically died on her wedding night, while others believe she is the ghost of a former lady of the manor, lost in a web of betrayal. Visitors to Søbygård have often reported eerie cold spots and the unmistakable feeling of being watched, especially near the manor's old windows. The sound of soft footsteps following behind them and the smell of old roses linger in the air, even when no one else is around. Inside, the heavy silence is broken only by the occasional sound of someone, moving in the next room. Søbygård Manor stands as a testament to a tragic past, where the spirits of those long gone still walk its halls, waiting for a peace that never comes. Aarhus Cathedral, Aarhus. Aarhus Cathedral, towering over the city of Aarhus, is not just a place of worship. It is a sanctuary for spirits that refuse to rest. With a history stretching back over 800 years, the cathedral's stone walls have witnessed countless deaths, betrayals, and untold secrets. Its grandeur hides a darker energy that grows palpable as dusk falls. The cathedral is rumored to be haunted by several restless souls, including the ghost of a former monk whose anguished cries can still be heard echoing through the nave. Visitors often speak of a chilling presence that follows them, especially near the ancient altar. Some report seeing shadowy figures slipping between the columns, while others hear disembodied voices or the distant sound of an organ playing, even when it's long been silent. As the night deepens, the air grows colder, and the oppressive silence seems to swallow every sound. It is as though the spirits of those buried in the cathedral's crypt are stirring, still lingering in the shadows, waiting for the peace that never comes. Aarhus Cathedral is a haunting reminder that some places are forever bound to the past, their history alive with the restless energy of the departed. 14. Borreby Manor, Skelsker. Nestled in the isolated landscapes of Skelsker, Borreby Manor stands as an eerie monument to centuries of tragedy. This once grand estate, surrounded by dense woods, carries a history so steeped in dark tales that the very air feels heavy with sorrow. The most terrifying legend is of a young woman who was locked away in the manor for a love affair deemed unacceptable by her family. Her spirit is said to roam the mansion, eternally searching for her lost love. Visitors who wander the estate report strange, unexplained sounds, soft whispers in the dark, the faint sound of footsteps following them, and the unmistakable scent of roses in the stale air, believed to be the woman's signature. The castle's upper floors are the most haunted, with cold drafts sweeping through closed windows and doors creaking open on their own. Those brave enough to stay overnight speak of a suffocating presence, as if the manor itself is alive with the tortured souls of its past. Borreby Manor is a place where the line between the living and the dead is blurred, and the echoes of lost love and unfulfilled lives haunt its ancient walls. 15. Frederiksborg Castle, Hillerød. Frederiksborg Castle, a breathtaking gem of Renaissance architecture, stands as a haunting reminder of a turbulent past. Towering over the scenic lake in Hillerød, the castle's opulence hides a legacy of betrayal, murder, and unrelenting spirits. The most notorious ghost is that of King Christian II, whose tragic reign ended in a bitter exile. His spirit is said to wander the castle's grand halls, seeking vengeance for his downfall. Visitors describe sudden cold spots and the sensation of being watched in the darkest corners of the castle. Some claim to have seen the ghostly figure of the king, dressed in royal attire, pacing through the corridors in a perpetual state of anguish. At night, strange noises fill the air, soft whispers of the past, distant footsteps, and the creaking of ancient doors that open without cause. The castle's chapel, where the royal family once prayed, is especially unsettling, with reports of eerie shadows flickering and unexplainable sounds rising from the altar. Frederiksborg Castle is a place where history's darkest moments refuse to fade, and the spirits of the past linger in every stone, never truly resting. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this ghostly tour through Denmark, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more spine-chilling content. Until next time, keep the lights on. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows.